When we talk about love, we often imagine it as a simple feeling, something easy to understand, easy to express, something shared between two people. We think of affection, of romantic gestures, of emotional connection. But the renowned psychoanalyst Carl Jung urged us to go much deeper. He believed love was not just an emotion or a moment of passion. It was something far more profound, something capable of shaping our very soul. According to Jung, love is not merely a romantic experience. It is a transformative force that invites us to evolve into who we truly are. When someone genuinely loves you, it goes beyond surface-level affection. It's not just about being liked, admired, or desired. Real love, in Jung's eyes, is a psychological and spiritual bond that transcends physical attraction or temporary feelings. It is an energy, a force that, when experienced sincerely, reshapes our identity and pushes us closer to our true self. This kind of love doesn't try to possess or control. It liberates, nurtures, and challenges us in ways we often don't expect. So, what does it look like when someone truly loves you? According to Jung, genuine love is rooted in deep understanding. It reveals itself in actions, in patience, in support, and in the space one person gives another to grow. When someone truly loves you, the first thing they do is honor your individuality. They do not try to mold you into a version that fits their ideal. They do not attempt to change you to meet their expectations or needs. Instead, they recognize and respect your uniqueness. They see your essence, your individuality, and they want you to be more of who you are, not less. For Jung, a healthy and transformative relationship depends on this very concept. He believed that for love to be real and for a connection to thrive, both people must preserve their individual selves. True love is not about merging into one indistinct entity. It is about two complete beings walking together, growing together, without losing themselves in the process. If someone truly loves you, they will encourage you to pursue your passions, your dreams, your voice. They will support your self-expression, your creativity, and your evolution. This is what Jung referred to as the process of individuation, the journey of becoming your most authentic self. It means stepping away from social expectations, shedding the masks we wear, and embracing our deepest truths. It's a path of inner discovery, and while it is not always easy, it is necessary for true fulfillment. And real love, the kind that doesn't fade, becomes a catalyst for this transformation. It doesn't hinder your journey, it fuels it. A person who genuinely loves you will walk beside you as you face your inner battles. They will not run from your darkness. On the contrary, they will encourage you to confront it, to face the parts of yourself you've been afraid to acknowledge. Jung called this inner darkness the shadow. It represents the unconscious aspects of our personality, the fears, impulses, insecurities, and desires we often repress or deny. These are the pieces of ourselves that we believe are unlovable, unacceptable, or too frightening to face. But true transformation begins when we stop hiding from the shadow and start integrating it. Someone who truly loves you will not judge you for your flaws. They will not shame you for your pain. Instead, they will create a safe space for you to explore those hidden parts of yourself. They will listen. They will hold space. They will offer compassion and understanding, not criticism or control. They will stand by you, not only when you are strong and radiant, but also when you are broken, uncertain, and vulnerable. And that's what makes this kind of love so powerful. It's not afraid of your imperfections. It embraces them. Real love invites healing. It allows you to become whole, not by erasing your darkness, but by learning to live with it, to understand it, and ultimately, to transform it. When someone loves you in this way, they become a mirror, reflecting back not just who you are on the outside, but the deeper truths you might not yet see in yourself. Jung believed that, at a fundamental level, we seek in others the reflection of our own psyche. We are drawn to those who show us pieces of our inner world, our fears, our hopes, our wounds, and our light. And when someone truly loves you, they don't just see who you are right now. They sense the parts of you that even you might not fully understand. They see your potential. They see your complexity. They see your soul. This kind of love doesn't keep you comfortable. It doesn't settle for the status quo. It pushes you. It challenges you. It dares you to grow. It inspires you to evolve, to expand, to rise above your limitations. Love, in its most genuine form, is not complacent. It is a fire, and it burns not to destroy, but to purify, to awaken, to transform. When someone really loves you, they don't put you on a pedestal. They don't see you as a project to fix or a fantasy to fulfill. They see you as a human being, flawed, beautiful, complex, and capable of growth, capable of facing your fears, capable of navigating the shadows within you and emerging stronger, wiser, and more whole. Jung spoke of love not as a fleeting emotion or an act of possession, but as a profound process of integration. To him, the real magic of love didn't lie in the idealization of another person or in the illusion of ownership, but in the capacity of love to unify and heal the fragmented parts of the soul. When someone truly loves you, that love becomes a journey, one that leads both of you into the depths of self-awareness. That person doesn't just celebrate your virtues or admire the traits you proudly display. They also walk with you through your insecurities, your fears, your wounds, the parts of yourself you try to hide or deny. True love embraces all of you. This kind of love doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or pretending your mistakes don't exist. On the contrary, it recognizes your imperfections as part of your humanity. Jung believed that every human being carries scars, and those scars are not signs of weakness. They are the evidence of survival, of growth, of evolution. To love someone truly is to accept those scars, not as burdens, but as sacred marks of experience. It's an acknowledgement that no one is perfect, and that imperfection is not something to be fixed. It is something to be understood. The essence of true acceptance lies in the willingness to grow together. It's about embracing the truth that people change. We evolve over time, and that evolution is not always comfortable. Sometimes growth is painful. Sometimes it challenges the very foundation of who we thought we were. But what matters most is that real love does not abandon you in the midst of that transformation. It stands beside you, quietly and faithfully, not rushing your process or trying to mold you into a version that feels more convenient. Real love holds space for your metamorphosis. Love, in this sense, becomes an unspoken agreement, a mutual commitment to transformation. The person who truly loves you doesn't merely accept who you are in this moment. They also see who you can become. They don't pressure you, but they inspire you. They don't impose timelines or expectations, but they encourage growth. They love you as you are, and at the same time, they nurture the seed of the best version of yourself. This, according to Jung, is one of the most profound truths about love. It is not static. It is not meant to keep you frozen in time, locked into patterns of comfort or avoidance. Love is a living force. It's dynamic. It's constantly moving, constantly shifting, and always leading you, if you allow it, to deeper authenticity. True love pushes you gently but persistently toward your essence. Jung also emphasized that true love is not free from conflict. In fact, in any deep and meaningful relationship, disagreements and misunderstandings are inevitable. Moments of frustration will arise, because when two people open their souls to one another, they are bound to touch each other's vulnerabilities. They will trigger old wounds, reveal hidden fears, and challenge long-held beliefs. But the presence of conflict does not signal the absence of love. Rather, it reveals the depth of the connection. What truly defines a relationship rooted in genuine love is not the absence of conflict, but how those conflicts are handled. A person who loves you deeply does not run away at the first sign of tension. They don't avoid hard conversations or manipulate situations to maintain control. Instead, they face the discomfort with honesty. They seek to understand, not to dominate. They choose dialogue over silence, resolution over blame. In real love, every conflict becomes an opportunity, not just to resolve a tension, but to learn more about yourself and about your partner. Jung believed that the most authentic relationships are the ones in which both individuals are willing to confront their own shadows. That means facing the fears, the insecurities, the unconscious patterns that often show up in the form of projections. When you are truly in love, you no longer see the other person as a mirror of your ideal, but as a real, complex being, worthy of being seen and known in their entirety. It is through this confrontation with the self, this honest reckoning with our inner world, that we begin to understand not only our partner, but ourselves. Love, then, is not about avoiding problems. It's about embracing them. It's about recognizing that every challenge is a chance to grow together, to deepen intimacy, to create a bond forged not in fantasy, but in truth. Real love does not live in a fairy tale. It lives in the everyday choice to show up, to stay present, and to do the work. One more essential trait of true love, and one Jung held in high regard, is the deep respect for the other person's autonomy. Loving someone does not mean trying to possess them or control their path. It means allowing them the freedom to be who they are, to make their own choices, to follow their own inner compass. Love cannot thrive in a cage. It requires space, space to breathe, to expand, to explore. Respecting someone's autonomy means honoring their individuality, even when their journey looks different from yours. According to Jung, for love to be genuine, each person must feel free within the relationship. This doesn't mean being selfish or indifferent. It means allowing one another the space to be who they truly are, without feeling restricted by the other's expectations. When someone truly loves you, they will respect your choices, your dreams, and your boundaries without trying to impose their own will. This mutual respect for personal autonomy is the foundation of any balanced and healthy relationship. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking love is merely the exchange of affection. But Jung teaches that love is a deep connection that challenges both individuals to grow, to confront their shadows, and to integrate the fullest version of themselves. A person who truly loves you will push you to look inward, to explore your darkest corners, and to embrace all that you've been, all that you are, and all that you might become. Through this integration process, love becomes a vehicle for healing, not an escape from reality, but a brave and authentic way to face it. The person who truly loves you is not only willing to share in your joys, but also to walk with you through pain, knowing that suffering is often where the greatest transformations are born. When someone really loves you, they become an ally in helping you uncover the greatness within you. Jung believed that love wasn't only about emotional support, but about a profound commitment to the other's development. Genuine love drives a person to reach their highest potential. It doesn't settle for superficial connection. It seeks to deepen, to understand, and to cultivate everything that exists within the loved one. This drive toward growth is something only true love can offer. It's when someone loves you in this way that a space is created for you to break free from the limitations you've imposed on yourself. Love, from this perspective, is an act of courage. It invites the other to confront their own limits, to acknowledge their fears, and to transform. Jung also saw love as a force that transcends the separation between self and other. In a true relationship, there is no power struggle, no need for control. Love is not a competition or a battle for attention or validation. It's a collaboration to explore the mystery of life together. Authentic love invites us to realize that we are not separate beings, but that we all share a deep and invisible connection. This connection is what allows a person to truly love you, because in their love for you, they are also loving a part of themselves. Someone who genuinely loves you becomes a mirror, reflecting your struggles, your joys, and your shadows. This symbiotic relationship, grounded in love, helps you face yourself more completely. Through their presence, their gaze, you may discover parts of yourself that you had repressed or never recognized. That's one reason why the deepest relationships can be so powerful. They are not merely about two people in love. They are about two souls meeting to heal and grow together. It's important to understand that true love doesn't always appear in an idealized way. It's not about a perfect image or a flawless partner. On the contrary, real love is imperfect, raw, and often complicated. What matters isn't perfection, but the willingness to walk together, despite the challenges, the conflicts, and the differences. Jung believed that true intimacy isn't found in the absence of conflict, but in the ability to accept those differences and use them as tools for mutual growth. True love is not passive, it's active. It's an ongoing process of learning, understanding, and accepting. When someone truly loves you, they commit to understanding you on a deep level, to hearing not just your words, but also your silences, your gestures, and your unspoken emotions. This kind of love goes beyond the surface and reaches into the depths of your being, touching the most sensitive and vulnerable parts of your soul. What Jung proposed is that love is a powerful tool for discovering our authenticity. In a true relationship, there is no need for masks or pretense. Someone who genuinely loves you doesn't expect perfection or demand that you fit into their ideal image of how you should be. Instead, they accept you as you are, with your flaws, your fears, and your virtues. This kind of love frees the loved one from the pressure of being someone they are not, allowing them to live their life authentically without fear or limits. When someone truly loves you, they become an essential part of your personal journey towards self-knowledge and self-understanding. Jung emphasized the importance of the relationship between the conscious self and the unconscious, and how our interactions with others can reflect our inner world. When someone truly loves you, that relationship becomes a safe space where you can explore and reconcile with the deepest parts of yourself, parts you might otherwise have left untouched. In the end, true love isn't an external force that changes you, but an internal one that awakens the best in you. It challenges you to become your best self, not out of obligation, but from a deep desire to live authentically, in harmony with your essential being. This is the transformative power of love, according to Jung. It not only helps you grow, it inspires you to become the person you were always meant to be. When true love manifests, it's not just a fleeting feeling, but a constant energy that transforms, shapes, and stays with you over time. This energy doesn't thrive on ease or surface-level connections. It feeds on depth, on shared vulnerability, on challenges faced together. Someone who truly loves you knows that the path to the heart isn't always straight or easy, but it's the only path worth taking. In this sense, love isn't only found in joyful moments or shared victories, but in how adversity is faced together. Jung understood adversity as one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. The difficulties faced in a relationship are not obstacles to be avoided, but opportunities to deepen the connection. To see the other not as an idealized figure, but as a human being with their own inner battles. It's in those dark moments where true love can shine brightest. The one who truly loves you stays even during the hardest times. They don't run from pain, nor do they flinch when shadows emerge. On the contrary, the one who truly loves you helps you face those shadows, to illuminate them and learn from them. They don't try to save you from yourself, but walk with you through your process, offering space and safety so you can heal and grow without ever forcing the journey. Jung also stressed that love cannot exist without mutual respect. This respect is essential, as it involves a deep understanding of the other person, not just in what's visible and obvious, but also in the most intimate and hidden aspects. True love is not possessive, not controlling. It is rooted in the understanding that every person is a unique and complex being with their own inner world. Someone who truly loves you respects your individuality, your boundaries, and your dreams without trying to shape you into their image or expectations. This ability to honor the other's autonomy is what allows a relationship to evolve without falling into emotional dependency. Genuine love doesn't seek to merge into one single identity, but values the freedom of each individual within the relationship. It's a dance where both partners support each other while still maintaining personal space and the freedom to be who they truly are. In a relationship grounded in true love, there is no room for possession, only for collaboration, respect, and mutual growth. Through this love, Jung invites us to learn to love ourselves. Genuine love, both the one we give and the one we receive, teaches us to recognize, embrace, and heal the wounds we carry within. This is one of Jung's most powerful lessons. True love begins within ourselves. We cannot expect someone else to love us fully if we are not first able to love ourselves. It's a journey that starts with the unconditional acceptance of who we are, embracing all our flaws and vulnerabilities. When someone truly loves you, they help you realize that love isn't something you find outside. It's something that grows inside of you. They encourage you to understand your own needs, desires, and emotions without judgment or rejection. This kind of love doesn't aim to make you feel complete or worthy. It allows you to be yourself without needing to become something you're not. It's a love that gives you space to grow, to explore, to make mistakes, and to learn. It grants you freedom, not just in the relationship, but in your life as a whole. Carl Jung believed that every human being holds the potential to reach wholeness, what he called individuation, the process of becoming your true self. This journey cannot be achieved without the experience of real love. Through love, we begin to uncover who we truly are and what we genuinely need to feel fulfilled. It's through love that we can heal our deepest wounds and learn to embrace even our darkest parts. That's why, when someone truly loves you, they are contributing to your individuation, not just as a partner, but as a fellow human being. They help you reconnect with your essential self, dive into the depths of your soul, and break free from the chains of fear and insecurity. This love is a rare gift because it reminds you that vulnerability isn't a weakness, but rather that true strength lies in loving and accepting yourself just as you are. In the end, true love, according to Jung, is an act of creation. It's the creation of a shared life that reflects the authenticity of both individuals. It's not built on codependency or sacrifice, but on the freedom for each person to flourish on their own path while supporting each other along the way. Genuine love isn't just an emotional exchange, it's a profound alliance that goes beyond the physical and mental. It's a bond that connects two souls through their most meaningful and purposeful journey. True love, in Jung's eyes, is not simply a connection. It's a transformative path toward healing, self-awareness, and growth. When someone truly loves you, they stand with you, not only in the joy, but also through the darkness where you need courage to grow and face your fears. That love inspires you to be your most authentic self, without masks or pretense, and to return home to your deepest essence. This kind of love is not a place where you hide from the world, nor is it a shelter you escape into when life gets hard. It's not about running away from your wounds or your fears. No, this kind of love is a fertile ground where you can grow, where your soul can breathe, and where your heart can expand beyond its previous limits. It's a sacred space where your true essence is not just seen, but nurtured and celebrated. Through this love, you begin to uncover your real potential, not only as someone's partner, but as a complete and evolving human being. It becomes a mirror that reflects who you truly are, even in your most vulnerable and raw moments. It pushes you, gently yet firmly, to face your limitations, to heal old wounds, and to find a sense of peace and wholeness within yourself. When someone loves you with genuine intention, they don't get stuck on your flaws. They don't try to fix you or mold you into someone else. Instead, they see past your imperfections and choose to embrace you entirely. But more than that, they inspire you. They encourage your transformation. They challenge you to grow, to become more authentic, to align with your higher self, and to discover the purpose that already lives within you. True love is not about control. It doesn't come with conditions, expectations, or cages. It doesn't ask you to be less of yourself just to keep the peace. On the contrary, it gives you the freedom to be exactly who you are. It helps you accept every part of yourself, even the sides you've hidden, feared, or rejected. This kind of love brings light to your darkness. It brings wholeness where you once felt broken. At its deepest level, real love is a creative force. It's not about clinging or sacrificing your identity. It's about building something beautiful together. It's the creation of a shared life that honors mutual respect, deep authenticity, and a willingness to evolve side by side. It's not about being dependent on someone, nor is it about giving yourself away. It's a partnership, a powerful alliance where both individuals support each other in growing, learning, and finding balance between love and freedom. Because genuine love isn't about finding someone to complete you. That's a myth. You're already whole. Real love is about sharing your life with someone who recognizes your individuality and encourages you to be your best self. Not for them, but for you. It's about standing beside someone, not in front of or behind them. It's about cheering each other on while still honoring your own unique paths. So if you've ever felt this kind of love, if you've been lucky enough to experience it, even briefly, or if you're currently searching for it, longing for a relationship that transforms you instead of depleting you, remember this: it all begins with you. The way you treat yourself, the way you speak to yourself, the way you embrace your own truth. That sets the tone for the kind of love you'll invite into your life. True love doesn't come from desperation. It doesn't grow out of need. It blossoms from a place of self-awareness and self-respect. When you allow yourself to be who you truly are, when you drop the masks and let your soul be seen, you start attracting people who are aligned with your essence. People who see your light and want to nurture it, not dim it. People who challenge you in the best way possible, who hold space for your growth, and who remind you of your worth. If this message touched something inside you, if it echoed in a corner of your heart, I invite you to take a moment to reflect. What kind of love are you cultivating in your life? Are you allowing yourself to be authentic? Are you surrounded by people who truly love and support you on your journey? And if you're not there yet, that's okay too. The journey toward real love often begins with shedding the illusions we've held onto for so long. It's not about rushing, it's about awakening. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it, someone who's searching for real connection, someone who's in the midst of their own transformation. Because together, we can create a community, a circle of souls committed to love, authenticity, and wholeness. Leave a comment below and tell me, what part of this message resonated the most with you? What have you learned about love, real love, and how are you applying it in your life today? Your voice matters, not just for me, but for everyone else who, like you, is on a journey of growth and discovery. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share this content with others. Every time you do, you're helping this message reach more hearts. And more than that, you're becoming part of a movement, a family, dedicated to personal evolution, inner truth, and the beauty of loving consciously. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And most of all, thank you for being a part of this space. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, real love starts with you. I'm waiting for you.
Have you ever wondered how others truly perceive you? Not based on the image you try to project, nor on what you say or do, but on something deeper, the energy you radiate without even realizing it. Imagine for a moment that the way the world sees you isn't shaped by your words or actions, but by something far more profound. The unspoken essence that emanates from within you. We live in a society where many people settle for merely existing, for blending in, for following a script they never wrote. But deep down, you know that wasn't meant to be your path. There's something within you that whispers, you weren't born to be just another person in the crowd. You were meant to be something extraordinary, something one of a kind. The question is, how do you become that? Carl Jung spoke about individuation, the process of discovering and fully embracing your most authentic self. It's not about crafting a false version of yourself to impress others. It's about peeling away the layers that have kept you from seeing who you truly are. It's about looking inward and acknowledging the parts of yourself you've ignored, the shadows you've been afraid to confront. From childhood, we are taught to fit in, to conform to external expectations. We grow up believing that acceptance depends on playing certain roles and following certain rules. But in doing so, we lose sight of the most important thing, our own essence. Jung described this as being trapped behind masks, personas we adopt to navigate society. Over time, we forget that beyond those masks, something far more real exists. Picture a seed inside you, pure potential, untouched by fear or doubt. But that seed will only grow if you choose to nurture it. This means facing what's within you. Your fears, your insecurities, the limiting beliefs you've carried for years. Every time you felt inadequate, every time you've doubted your worth, it has been a signal, your true self calling to be seen. Jung spoke of the unconscious self, the hidden part of us that silently influences our choices, our fears, and our insecurities. Many people go through life disconnected from themselves, searching outside for the validation, love, and recognition they already carry within. But what if the key isn't to seek more? What if the answer has always been inside you? When you start exploring who you really are, you uncover strengths you once overlooked and traits you once saw as flaws, but are actually the essence of your uniqueness. The goal is not to change who you are, but to expand, to shed the layers that have kept you small, and to recognize your inherent worth. Think of a raw diamond. At first glance, it seems like just a rough stone, but to those who can see beyond the surface, its potential is undeniable. With the right effort, that diamond can shine in a way no other can. You are that diamond, and though the process of refining yourself may be uncomfortable, even painful, it is the only way to reveal the brilliance that has always been within you. No one else can do this work for you. The choice is yours. Will you remain just another option, or will you become irreplaceable? Being authentic does not mean being distant or arrogant. It means being so true to yourself that others cannot help but recognize your uniqueness. It means having such deep self-awareness that you no longer seek external validation to confirm your worth. Jung said that the greatest act of courage is to face oneself, to confront the shadows that frighten us. Because in those very shadows lie the obstacles that keep us from seeing our own light. Every time you felt like you weren't enough, every time you have doubted your own value, it wasn't your own voice speaking. It was the echoes of society, family, or past experiences conditioning your mind. And as long as those voices control your life, you will remain just another option. Because the truth is, others will value you only as much as you value yourself. What does it truly mean to value yourself? It's not about empty motivational phrases or self-deception. It goes much deeper than that. It's about looking at both your successes and failures with the same level of acceptance. It's about embracing your strengths while also acknowledging your weaknesses. Every experience you've had, no matter how painful or seemingly insignificant, serves a purpose in your personal growth. Society teaches us that to stand out, we must compete, outshine others, and always strive to be the best. But that mindset only leads to exhaustion. True greatness doesn't compete. It simply exists. Think of a tree in the forest. It doesn't strive to be taller than the others. It just grows to its fullest potential, and in doing so, it becomes remarkable. The same applies to you. Your purpose isn't to compete. It's to evolve into the most authentic version of yourself. And when you start living from that truth, everything shifts. Your presence carries a different energy, and you no longer need to prove your worth. Your very essence speaks for itself. The path to authenticity isn't easy, but it's the only journey worth taking. And in the next section, we'll explore how to begin this transformation, facing your fears and embracing who you truly are. The world doesn't need more imitations. It needs the realest version of you. Authenticity is both one of life's greatest challenges and one of its most powerful strengths. It's not about fitting into pre-made molds, but about recognizing your true essence and living from it. Carl Jung referred to this as the process of individuation, an internal journey where one must confront their shadows, integrate their true self, and rise above external influences to become whole and complete. But this journey isn't simple. It demands stripping away the masks imposed by society and facing one's fears with courage. When someone embraces their authenticity, they become irreplaceable, not because they achieve more than others, but because they radiate unique energy that is impossible to replicate. But this doesn't happen overnight, nor is it a superficial process. Authenticity is the result of deep inner work, learning to hear your own voice amidst the noise of the world. Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, explained that those who find an inner purpose can endure even the harshest circumstances. Their energy is not scattered in seeking external validation, but concentrated into a solid core that radiates confidence and determination. Think about the people you truly admire. They aren't the ones who blindly follow trends. They are the ones whose authenticity makes them shine from within. Nietzsche spoke of the importance of becoming who you truly are, a task that requires courage, as it means shedding external influences that have shaped your identity since childhood. How many times have you felt pressure to conform to others' expectations? How often have you silenced your true voice for fear of rejection? The energy we project doesn't come from superficial actions. It stems from what we genuinely carry inside. Jung believed that the human psyche is made up of different archetypes, and our task is to integrate the hidden parts of ourselves to achieve balance. The shadow, for instance, represents the aspects of our personality that we suppress because they don't align with the image we want to present to the world. But ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It only pushes it into the unconscious, where it continues to influence our decisions and the energy we radiate. A clear example of this is when someone projects confidence on the outside, but internally struggles with deep doubts and insecurities. No matter how much they try to appear strong, their energy will always reveal the truth. Authenticity, however, does not mean the absence of fear. It is the ability to face it without denial. A person who embraces their vulnerability and actively works on personal growth radiates genuine strength, because their energy is not fragmented by self-deception. If you want to transform your energy, you must start by looking within. Ask yourself, how many times have you let fear dictate your choices? How often have you dimmed your own light just to fit into an environment that fails to appreciate your true self? The energy of a person who carries themselves with presence is not rooted in arrogance, but in a quiet confidence that comes from deep self-awareness. It is the unshakable understanding that you do not need to compete with anyone, because you're already enough as you are. Imagine a lake at the peak of a mountain. Its surface is calm, perfectly reflecting the sky. This represents aligned energy. Someone who has cultivated inner peace that does not require external validation. Now, picture a lake disturbed by a storm, its waters murky and restless. This is the energy of a person consumed by internal chaos, caught in the grip of external expectations and unresolved inner conflicts. The contrast between these two images lies in the inner work each individual has chosen to undertake. Yet, the world we live in does not make this process easy. Social media, career pressures, and family expectations push us to seek validation from others instead of building a true connection with ourselves. We are conditioned to measure our worth by external achievements rather than by the peace we cultivate within. However, the more we disconnect from our essence in an attempt to satisfy the outside world, the more we weaken our energy. Jung believed that the collective unconscious shapes our perception of reality. But true growth happens when we learn to separate our own voice from that of society. To do this, we must develop what he called the self, a fully integrated psyche where we embrace both our light and our shadow. Only when we stop battling against ourselves can we project an energy that is truly powerful and authentic. If you have ever felt the need to do more, be more, or prove yourself to others, pause for a moment and reflect. True abundance is not something you acquire from the outside. It is something cultivated from within. The Eastern philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "When you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you." This phrase captures the essence of internal transformation, the understanding that you are already complete without needing external validation. Imagine yourself as a river flowing effortlessly. The water does not try to control its course. It simply moves forward, knowing it will reach its destination. When we force things, cling to control, or chase approval, we block that natural flow. We fill ourselves with tension, unnecessary worries, and fears that only drain our energy. But when we trust in our authenticity and allow our essence to be expressed freely, everything begins to unfold with greater ease. How do you begin this journey of transformation? There's no secret formula, no instant switch. But there are practices that can help you strengthen your energy and align with your true self. Meditation is a powerful tool because it allows you to observe your thoughts without becoming trapped by them. Self-reflection, whether through journaling or therapy, helps uncover the fears and external expectations that have shaped your choices. And above all, embracing authenticity, making decisions that truly represent who you are, even when it means standing alone. The world is filled with people who settle for the ordinary, who follow the rules without question, who skim the surface of life without ever exploring the depths of their own being. But you are not just another option in a world overflowing with superficiality. You have the power to be someone whose energy inspires, whose presence transforms, whose authenticity reflects a deep and ongoing inner evolution. Real transformation does not happen within the confines of comfort, but in the willingness to look within with honesty and commit to personal growth. When you dedicate yourself to this path, you realize that you don't need to speak louder or seek attention to be noticed. The presence of someone who has found their inner center is felt before they even utter a word. And when that happens, you stop being just another face in the crowd. You become someone impossible to ignore. True abundance isn't about accumulating more. It's about shifting your perception to recognize that you already have everything you need to feel whole. It's a transformation in how you experience life, in how you value what surrounds you, and most importantly, in how you see yourself. People who radiate confidence and peace are not chasing external validation. They have found within themselves the source of their well-being. When we operate from a place of lack, we experience an insatiable emptiness that no achievement, recognition, or external love can ever fill. Seeking fulfillment from a place of need keeps us trapped in a cycle of endless dissatisfaction, where nothing is ever enough. But when we develop a healthy relationship with ourselves and trust in our intrinsic worth, we stop depending on outside factors to feel complete. Jung believed that many of our relationships are shaped by unconscious projections. For example, someone who constantly finds themselves surrounded by people who disregard their boundaries may, on some level, believe they don't deserve respect. But as self-worth is cultivated, these projections begin to fade and relationships naturally shift. In other words, by healing internally, we reshape the external world around us. History is filled with individuals who chose authenticity over conformity and left an undeniable mark on the world. Teresa of Avila defied the societal norms of her time, prioritizing spiritual connection over expectations. Gandhi recognized that true social change could only arise from inner transformation. These examples remind us that when someone chooses themselves with courage, they don't just improve their own life. They create a ripple effect that reshapes the world. Self-love is not a final destination, but a daily practice. Strengthening it involves setting firm boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Learning to say no is an act of self-respect. It also means challenging limiting beliefs. Many insecurities stem from societal expectations or past experiences. Reflecting on these and redefining them is key to living authentically. Caring for both mind and body is another essential aspect. Nutrition, rest, and physical activity are not just about health. They are expressions of self-worth. Treating yourself with kindness sends a powerful message to your subconscious. You deserve well-being. Seeking silence and introspection is equally important. In a world filled with distractions, tuning into your inner voice can be a challenge. Meditation, journaling, or simply walking in nature can help you reconnect with your true essence. One of Jung's most fascinating ideas is synchronicity, the belief that certain events are not mere coincidences, but reflections of our inner alignment. When someone chooses authenticity, they often notice that the right people come into their life. Opportunities arise effortlessly, and answers appear at just the right moment. These meaningful coincidences serve as signs that we are on the right path. In spiritual traditions, this aligns with the idea that when we are true to ourselves, the universe supports us, answering the questions along the journey. If you ever wonder, how do I know if a relationship is good for me? Pay attention to how you feel after interacting with that person. Do they energize you or drain you? The answer lies in your emotions. How can I choose myself without feeling guilty? Remember, prioritizing yourself is not selfish. It ensures you can give your best to others. What if I lose people along the way? You never lose those who truly value your essence. You only release relationships that were never aligned with you. Jung taught us that real transformation does not come from seeking external validation, but from trusting our inner voice. If there's one thing this journey toward authenticity teaches us, it's that every step towards self-love leads to a more fulfilling life. So ask yourself, what small action can you take today to move closer to your truth? Life is too precious to be lived under the weight of others' expectations. Choosing yourself is the greatest act of love, not just for you, but for those around you. Each step you take toward authenticity shapes your world and the world of those around you. Now it's your turn. What decision can you make today to honor your true self? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how this message resonated with you. If this content inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss more reflections to help you connect with yourself. Together, we can build a community where being authentic is the norm, not the exception. See you in the next video.